live interview. Today we're streaming on Instagram and on YouTube as well. So I have two devices. I'm looking this way and also looking that way. So just, don't worry if I'm not looking in this direction or that direction. But yeah, we have our guest today, Razahk, and he is a Ghanaian animator, and he's going to tell you more about his story and how he got started and where he is now as well. And basically, if it's your first time watching a No Ordinary interview, No Ordinary Life is all about inspiring young people to pursue their dreams, their goals and aspirations, and to really use their talents as well. And we try to, encourage young Africans to use their talents and to just think big. And so hopefully you guys are watching this for the first time and you're here because of Razahk and you're here to hear his story. So before we get into the main interview, I'm going to let you know how it usually goes. So we have three parts of the interview. We have interview as I'm doing now. So I'm going to be asking Razahk questions. And then we have the challenge or the fun segment, I like to call it. And then we have the audience Q&A. So get your questions ready for Razahk, and make sure you listen as well, because some of the questions you might want to ask, he's already covered them. So just listen as well, so that you can be able to get the most out of the interview. And yeah, so thank you for joining. And we have our guest here, Razahk. Do you want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. Thanks for having me, first of all. My name is Razahk Issaka. I usually go by Zaki, and I'm from Ghana. I'm a 3D animator and writer, storyteller, and I do music on the side.
Okay.
Is that a good introduction?
Yes, perfect.
All right,
Perfect. So you forgot to mention a few things in there, but hopefully we'll get to that throughout the interview. So we'll find out more about your talents. But we're here because I think most people are here because you're famous for a 3D animation series called Aluta da Great. So just to kick off, should we go for a personal question or more on Aluta da Great? I think we'll go for, okay, we'll start with a personal question. Okay, so tell us something interesting that's happened this week for you.
This week?
Yes.
Wow. Interesting.
Yes, exciting, happy, good news.
Okay, so I finally decided on when I'll be able to visit my family back home, because it's been a while since I visited. So, making plans on that, I guess. Because It's been 2 years. It's a really long time to not see your family.
Okay, 2 years or 3 years, did you say?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, so you're currently based in Paris, in France.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and I know the reason why you went is because you had a scholarship, I believe, right?
Yes, a scholarship.
Okay, so can you tell us about why you're in Paris and what you've been doing in Paris?
Okay, so the beginning of the Paris story, or the beginning of the story?
Oh, Paris story, and then we'll go into the story.
Paris story. Okay, so while doing Aluta da Great, which is the animator series you just spoke about, I was also entering it into competitions and like film festivals, and I happened to win one of them, which took me to South Africa for some time, and I built a good relationship with the organizers of that competition. And so when the opportunity opened up for getting a scholarship in an animation school, they were like, hey, heads up, there's a chance to get into this school. And so I applied into the school, and then I got accepted. And then later on, I found out that I got a scholarship from Netflix. So that's how I got to France in the first place.
All right, thank you. Good story. So we're gonna find out more
the audio cuts off at some point, but you can hear me throughout, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
I can hear you good. Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll get into the main part of the story. So
Okay.
let's talk about you. You're obviously an animator. Is that how you describe yourself at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were growing up, what did you want to be?
I'll describe myself now as a storyteller.
Okay.
All right.
Storyteller. Okay. All right.
When I was growing up, like me and many of my friends, I wanted to be a pilot actually. So maybe one day I'll still pilot, but for now I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So
Okay. And then so what at which point did you change from the pilot dream to storyteller
yeah,
and
I
creative
think
stuff?
that'll be very hard to put like a finger on, but I remember that during my like from primary going up into GSS and SS, I started enjoying drawing. So like I'm the guy who draws behind all his exercise books, all these comics, and so it just kind of transitioned from there. So from primary GSS, I did visual art in school, and then you know started teaching myself animation after senior high school. A cracker, blood boy.
Okay. Any all students just yeah put your love hearts there. Okay. So you started off drawing and then you
Yeah,
eventually went into animation.
yeah,
So you finished secondary school, so or senior high school,
yeah.
and then you taught to yourself how to do animation.
Yeah. So what happened was after visual arts, I saw like a video of it was a normal video, but things were moving in it. You know, it wasn't like it was a live action video, but things were in it. So that I found that interesting, and I wanted to learn how to do that. So I started learning like video editing and photo editing and stuff like that, and that kind of transitioned me into animation. So I was looking to get into university to learn 3D animation, but then at the time, no 3D animation school in Ghana. So I was applying outside, trying to get other scholarships and other ways to, get to study that. But it didn't happen. So I decided to study psychology, which was the next thing I was interested in at the time. So I did that for 4 years. I have a degree in psychology. But during those 4 years of doing psychology, I was teaching myself animation and doing like freelance projects for uh, advertising companies and just in general, just doing freelance stuff while I was doing the psychology course.
Interesting. I'm actually fascinated that you actually taught yourself to do that level of animation and
Yeah.
balancing psychology university degree with teaching yourself basically. I think there's a comment on Instagram that you can't hear me. Oh, okay. Sorry, Instagram people. All right. Okay. Well,
This is actually my first Instagram live.
ah,
Yeah.
so guys, so he's an Instagram virgin. um, and I hope you're having a good experience. And thank you guys for joining as well. Shall I hold it? Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for joining. They can't hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys drop a comment if you can hear me? Is it better? Okay, I'm gonna keep talking. Hopefully they can hear me better.
So
Thank
it's
you.
just you they can hear, right?
Yeah, they said they couldn't hear me.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm good. But I can really hear an echo.
Oh yeah, because the phone is close to me and I'm holding the phone. I'm gonna try and put it back in the thing.
Okay.
Sorry guys. All right. Moment. No. Okay. I'm just gonna have to speak louder. Okay. How's the internet? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're live television. Okay. So hopefully you can still hear me. Just let me know any feedback so I can correct things. Yeah, so it's good to know that you've been able to manage your university degree and your animation. So I want to know how you were feeling when you were doing the degree. Was the interest in psychology, was it kind of reducing as you were learning to do the animation and it was going well, how were you feeling about your future at that point in time? Were you feeling like, okay, which one do I go for? Do I go for a psychology kind of career, or do I go for an animation creative career? How were you feeling when you were balancing both at the same time?
Um, to be honest, I wasn't really confused about, well, this echo. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know.
Okay, let me
I can
let
hear
me know.
myself like
Okay, is it better now?
it's when I speak that I. Okay, it is much better.
Okay,
All
I've
right.
reduced my volume on my phone, so it should be better. Yeah.
Okay. So what was I? When I was in psychology, I wasn't really confused as to whether I wanted to do animation or the interest in animation was reducing. If anything, it was increasing because I don't know. Sometimes it's like the more work you have to put into getting something, it's difficult to let go of it when you've gone so deep into trying to get it. So for me, animation was like that. I was teaching myself, it was really going well. And I was still interested in psychology, but then I was able to kind of use psychology in the animation as well because you learn about human behavior, you learn about body language, and that's what animation is about. So it's kind of complementary. So it wasn't really anything that was holding me back. It was, the more we are like sponges. So the more you know, I mean, it's all good for you.
Okay. And then with regards to psychology, what actually drew you to study psychology? Did you feel like you wanted to learn about human behavior, or did you feel like you wanted to why did you do psychology? Because you're good with art. Why did you end up doing psychology? You could have picked something else if it
Yeah,
was
I
your
think
intention.
at that time, animation was literally the only thing I wanted to do. But then I had to, choose an alternative. And I looked at the things that intrigued me, and psychology seemed like one of them. So I decided to do that. So because I find it very intriguing, like human behavior and human psychology, and it's a very interesting topic to me. So it wasn't very difficult to come up, to decide to do that.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. So, guys, if you're still on here, I mentioned that there's going to be three segments to this interview. We're having the interview now. We're going to have a fun segment where Razak, do you prefer Razak or Zaki?
Zaki,
Zaki. Okay, so Zaki is going to be doing some kind of challenge or answering questions, and then we'll have the audience Q&A. So get your
just to be
questions
clear, I
in there.
didn't agree to this.
Oh
So
no,
we'll
you
talk
you
about it as we go.
yeah, you don't really agree to it. We just
Yeah, I know.
you have to do it really, unfortunately.
All right.
Yes, I'm looking forward to what we have to do, what you have to do. I don't even know what you're doing yet, but yeah, you'll find out.
Is it
um
like in a box and you choose something I'm supposed
I
to do?
was thinking of doing that, but no, I didn't get the chance to write it down.
All
So you
right.
can. Well, I'll be generous and I'll let you choose what you want to do.
Okay, that seems fair.
Okay. All right. So we're 15 minutes into the interview, so we'll go for some time, and then we'll have the fun segment. So
Okay.
hold on, guys. Stick on for now.
You seem too excited for the fun parts. I'm a little worried. So
No, I'm always excited for the fun part because
okay,
it's just
it's
nice
the
to put
fun
people on
parts.
the spot. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And you actually find it fun, so
I hope so.
great. Okay. So psychology, human behavior, and then you also have animation on the side.
Yeah.
So you finished your degree. Oh, by the way, which university did you go to?
UG,
University of
University of
Ghana.
Ghana. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. So actually that's a question I'll ask later.
Okay.
At the moment, do you know if any Ghanaian universities actually offer animation? Just I'm going sidetrack.
Um, I I know Nafti does it, but
Okay.
then I honestly don't know for the rest because at the time when I was searching and really looking for it, there wasn't any. There was Nafti, but then they didn't do 3D animation at all. So, and it's 3D animation I was interested in. So,
Okay.
for now,
So
I honestly don't know.
okay, so NAFTI does general animation or 3D animation or
Uh, it used to be general animation, but now, I'm hearing that they're doing some 3D as well.
okay, okay,
I don't know how deep, but there's 3D.
okay, all right, fantastic. Okay, so some questions related to that, but I'll keep it in the box for later.
All right.
So going back to university, what was your best experience? This is kind of personal. During university degree, how would you say that university shaped you as an individual, coming from going from secondary school to university?
That's very interesting. Um, I would say, first of all, interacting with people on the university level is different. It's not like high school. So that was interesting to navigate, getting to know people. And I think on that level, you get to know people on a deeper level because you're getting matured. You're kind of, from there, you're going into the work field. So you kind of talk about more mature stuff. But in terms of how it shaped me, I would say for psychology, I had to do a lot of research myself as well because I'm like, when I'm interested in something, I really want to know about it. So I go like a bit further, and most of the things is like the things you have to memorize for passing the exams. But then the really interesting things, sometimes you just have to find them yourself and look up. So I think at that point I started really learning how to research and teach myself stuff. So which is why that was a period that I was able to teach myself 3D animation. Because at that time I was like really open minded and trying to capture as much as I could. So maybe that would be the biggest thing during that time.
Okay, so those are the
Yeah.
key skills that you feel like you gained
Yeah.
from university. Okay, good. And then in terms of work, because obviously the expectation of leaving university is to work. What was your first job? Was it what you were doing, the freelance work you were doing, or did you
Yeah.
end up getting an official job after university?
So after national service, I was still doing my freelance. And so I always I okay, here's the thing about me. Sometimes I enjoy working alone. So when it comes to the creative field, I found it very difficult to depend on people. And we'll talk about this later when we talk about coming to France and the things I learned here. But at the time, I didn't really enjoy working with people. So I would try to do everything myself, which is why I learned like how to do everything in the 3D pipeline from the beginning to the end. So I'm like a 3D generalist. But then usually you learn to be an animator. You don't have to learn how to do other things related. It's good if you know it, but you don't have to learn how to do it. You can just be an animator, you can just be a lighting artist, or you can just be a concept artist. But it was hard for me to open my like creative, I don't know if this is a good expression, but like creative vulnerability for other people to try kind of contribute and edit. So uh, yeah, I forgot where the question was supposed to lead me, but I think I've made a little sense. So
Yeah, yeah, you have. Okay, so I was
yeah.
asking about your first job, and he said that you basically your
Wow,
job
that
was
was a deviation. Anyway, so first job was kind of still doing the freelance stuff. So I was just doing freelance, and I got the chance to work with a lot of individuals and then companies as well. So officially, I have a lot of those companies on my CVs, but I wasn't like an employee for them.
okay. So you started your business, let's say, uh, like during university, really.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and you actually like, was it like a registered business, or it was just like
Actually, my arts like career probably will start in like high school because in Accra, I used to design T-shirts and print people's like names and designs, and all these dance crews, and I used to design the T-shirts and
okay,
things like
okay,
that. So I guess I started from way back then. Uh, I think my official job would be after I completed my masters in France, which is some months ago. That'll be
okay,
like the first, official thing.
okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting to know that you were designing t-shirts and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, I've done a lot of random things.
Were you paid?
Oh yeah, I was paid.
Oh
I
wow.
was making bucks from that.
Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
because everyone was always designing something. I used to actually even design. You know how you send letters from boys' schools to girls' schools, all these type of things. I used to
Okay.
actually design girls' names. So the guys would come and be like, "Hey, you want to write the name of, his girlfriend," and then I'll design it on the paper for them, and I get paid for that. So
Wow.
That was
Okay.
interesting. It was funny, but it was interesting.
Okay. All right. So, guys, if you're watching and you're in SHS, you're in JSS, there's money to
No,
be
no,
made, you know.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they can do that. I thought you were trying to send me business from SHS.
Oh no, 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 you passed that. No, no, there's money to be
All
made.
right.
All I'm saying is just look out for every opportunity. And I
Yeah,
guess the message here is that just use what you have. It doesn't matter if you're
exactly.
doing it for fun. Just yeah, just build on it, and you don't know where it's gonna take you one day. So yeah, that's interesting to know. And yeah, and now this is where you are. So we're fast forwarding to how many years later? 3 years later after university. 3 years later. Um,
After okay, well, after I completed UG in 2018,
okay, and then
so
you got the scholarship in 2018 or 2019.
19,
2019.
2019. Yeah,
So fast forward, let's say, uh, 18 to now 4 years. Fast forward
4 years.
4 years,
Yeah,
and you're currently a fully certified 3D animator, right?
yeah, I am.
Okay, and thank God for Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for that. That just came out of nowhere. I think it came at the right time because, to be honest, during the time when I wasn't getting schools, animation schools, I was getting frustrated. So my sister was like, "Hey, you can do something else that you're interested in while you work this out." So she, told me, "Hey, you can just do something else for now. You can't just sit down and be like, I don't have an animation school." So I did that. So it was nice that this came along after the course.
Yeah, that's really,
Yeah.
really good. And I like the fact that you went around looking. You knew exactly what you wanted and you actually pursued it. So that's very, very good to know. And then I would say let's go a bit personal here. Let's talk about inspiration. So
Okay.
you're an animator, um, you're creative, and yeah, you do music, you do so many things on the side. Who
Yeah.
would be your greatest inspiration? Like, let's talk about your personal greatest inspiration. Could be someone that you is famous or someone that you know yourself. Who do you say is your greatest inspiration?
Um. So I guess that would be different for different scenarios. If we are talking about life,
Mm,
like in general, I would say my dad.
okay.
And if we are talking about like in terms of creativity and inspiration from art, I kind of take inspiration from everyone. Like I don't have a favorite genre, I don't have a favorite artist, so I just look at good work. And so I try to put my mind in the space of, I don't know, if someone did a good work and I'm enjoying it, I try to put myself in the time when they were creating it. That's fun for me. I like imagining things like that. So I think I just like good work, and so I take inspiration from many different places.
Okay. All right. So your dad, and why? We'll go to the life inspiration. Why is your dad your
Yeah.
greatest inspiration?
Uh. Wow. That's a very heavy one. I think that sometimes you recognize some people who would be honest with you 100% drastically, and I think that's one of those people is your dad. So your mom and your dad. And I guess for my dad, uh, he has put principles that I appreciate today within me, basically. So inspiration will be that, but that's a heavy one. I can go on and on about this, but let me just.
Okay. So you're would you say you're very close with your dad and you look up to him a lot?
Actually, I look up to my mom, my dad, but then I'm closer to my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a
Okay.
mommy's boy.
Oh wow. Okay. So in terms of actually, yeah, I want to get this from you. Do you feel like you picked something? There's a creative something in your family that
Yeah.
you picked up on, or do you think that you're the only person in your family and you've kind of opened this, you know, kind of talent, and maybe someone else in your family after you will continue? Or do you feel like there's someone
I
in your
think
family?
that was started by my mom,
Okay.
to be honest, because she does so many different things. She knows how to do so many things, and she likes learning how to do different things.
Mm.
She likes figuring out. She used to design, when we were kids, she would design carpets, things like that. So you always see her trying to create something. She's trying to always like mix spices, even as simple as that, just trying to find something new. And so I think I might have gotten a lot of that from her because I don't limit myself to one thing. That's why me, I do music, I do animation. It's because when like I feel creative in a certain way, or I want to send out a message, there's always a medium, and so I don't want a medium to be the reason why I'm not able to share. So then I'll learn how to do that to be able to share. So that kind of made me learn how to do random things. But yeah, I would say my mom started that.
Okay. All right. And then in terms of like maybe people like are like around you, the
Yeah,
young people around you, is there anyone around you currently, maybe in Paris with you or someone that you speak to regularly that
yeah.
motivates you anytime you're feeling a bit like low or down?
Uh, my sister. I was with my sister here in Paris for 2 years. So she was here before I came here, and now she's moved somewhere else. But I think at every point when I realize how low I've been in terms of mental spaces and difficulty in finding what to do or decisions to make, I think my sister has always been there, and she's been able to find a way to gear me into like the right direction, and she's always been there somehow. She bought the first computer for me to do animation with.
Wow.
So yeah, she's been kind of supporting me throughout.
Okay. She's the
Yeah,
older sister.
she's an older sister.
Okay, all right. Yeah, big sister's always taking care of
Yeah,
the little ones.
for
Yeah.
sure.
So if she's here now, shout out to you, big sister. And yeah, for making Zaki's dreams come true. All right. Okay. So this is, I don't know if it's possible here on Instagram, but on YouTube we could have done it. I was gonna share one of Razak's work. But we can't do it on Instagram, so unfortunately, I won't do that now. Maybe towards the end of the stream, I will show you guys on YouTube his work. But Aluta the Great, talk about first of all, what inspired you to come up with the concept of that character?
Um, I started the freelance gigs, and then I wanted a way to advertise my 3D animation. So I started doing random animations. So it was like random characters doing random things. And I created Aluta, and I made him, it was a very short skit. It wasn't, anything serious. And people were like, they wanted to see more from that character. And I was like, okay, I would take my time and develop this and build it into something that people could follow. So I came up with an animated series. And one of my friends, Goza, is the one who actually named Aluta. So I was going for some random name like that. I don't even remember. And then he was like, "Yo, like the character you're trying to create and the kind of stories you want to build around him, you should just name him Aluta, which is the struggle continues. So he's just struggling through life, and yeah, that's how Aluta came up. And then I started doing skits and then the animated series.
Okay, so if you're here
So
on
that's how that
you,
happened.
that's it's amazing, and yeah, your friend, shout out to him as well,
Yeah,
because he made you famous.
Goza.
Um, so if he's here,
Yeah,
his name is Goza.
yeah, Goza.
Okay, Goza, if you're here, shout out to you for making Razak or Zaki famous. Yeah, so it's a great character. I love watching Aluta. So yeah, you did a good job with every single video is hilarious.
Thank
I
you.
showed my sister last night and she couldn't stop laughing. So we've just been binge watching Aluta. So guys, if you're on here right now and you have any questions about Aluta, just pop them in the question box there. And please stick on before you go. So I'm not going to ask too much about Aluta because I know you guys want to ask about him. So I will
Yeah.
just a few
I know
questions.
the pressing questions would be, when is the next episode?
Next episode.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
guess I have to clear up a lot of things. This is like a interrogation. It's going to turn into an interrogation soon.
Yeah, exactly. So get
Yeah.
your questions ready. Question box, please. If you post it right on the stream now, I'll have to keep scrolling. That's for Instagram people. I'll have to keep scrolling to find your questions. So just pop it in the question box at the bottom there. Hopefully you guys are familiar with Instagram, but there's a question box there. So just pop it in there. And those of you on YouTube, feel free to just pop your questions in the chat. I'll be able to see it. Yes, so we're 30 minutes into the interview now, so it's a halfway point. So I hope you have water, Zaki.
Wow. Yeah, I can get some.
No, you're not gonna need it, but I'm just saying, you're probably tired from talking, and I
No,
don't know,
I'm
you
good.
might have to sing or something, or I don't know, maybe.
I have a sore throat, so
He's trying to get out of it. Okay, okay, so we won't do any singing. We'll just do something else. Okay, so Zaki, tell us your what are your talents? You can brag. This is the part where you can brag. Apart from being an animator, what are your talents? Give us a list.
okay. Do you have a pen and paper?
Hey, I brought a whole
Okay.
book.
Okay, so okay, so I did graphic designing, so I do photo manipulation, I do video editing, I produce, so I make beats, I record, I make music, I write stories, I do animation, and yeah, I can play the piano, I guess.
Wow. Okay. Did you say you didn't mention comedy?
Oh yeah, I started doing comedy a few months ago.
Oh, okay, a few months ago.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting. I thought it was something that you did all the time, because Aluta is obviously funny. So
yeah.
ah, that's you guys can ask that question. Okay, okay. There's a question here. I'll keep it for after this segment. So drop your questions. Thank you very much for dropping that question. So Aluta is funny. So you come up with the concepts or the storylines yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all
And
you.
then yeah, it's all me. But then whenever I come up with the scripts, I have close friends that I send it to let me know what they think, and sometimes they add very interesting things. One of them was Goza. He used to really help me out with the scripts. So and my family, sometimes I can do like a sketch of the animation, and so my family sees everything before it comes out. They're already dancing to the music. And so I have close people who see some of the things I do before it comes out. Yeah,
Okay.
but I come up with them myself.
Okay, fantastic. Great, great, great. All right. So, okay. This is your challenge. Okay, options, right? First option is to give me a sentence in a foreign language. That's first option. Second one is to give me a 2 minute comic skit, or yeah, something. Perform some kind of comedic something for 2 minutes. Uh, Third one is to rap. Okay,
Whoa.
I don't have a beat, so it's up to you what you choose to rap. It could be original. It could be you know, yeah, or it could be something that's already been done. And I was gonna say no, the fourth one was to sing the theme song for Man Must Chop. So, so you have
I
options.
think
So which
I think I'm going for the easiest for me, which
okay.
is to say something in a foreign language. But how long is it supposed to be though?
Oh, I mean, if you're confident in the language, then you can go for as long as you want to go.
Oh no, I am not. You know,
Okay, so let's give you
what do you mean foreign? Not Ghanaian.
foreign could. So we're speaking English now. So foreign could be anything
Yeah.
outside of English.
Oh, so I'm going to speak Hausa,
Okay, and then yeah, so speak it and then
but you
tell
don't
us.
understand. So how is this gonna go?
Oh no, surprise! You're just
Maison
speaking.
Fadi.
No. Say it and then you translate after.
Hausa ni ke yin yanzu ga. Ina tambayan ki Maison Fadi. I said I'm speaking Hausa right now, but I don't know what I'm gonna say.
That was not long enough.
Oh, no. You're not gonna understand it anyway. So,
Okay, a different foreign language then.
uh, nyoso anama. It means I'm hungry in Kotokoli.
What? Kotokoli?
Yeah, it's a Ghanaian language.
What? From which part of Ghana?
Northern.
Guys, I'm learning something, you
Yep.
know. Did anyone know? Guys, did you guys know that there was a language called Kotokoli? I did not know. Oh, okay.
I'm sure there'll be people who do.
Guys, you know, please. I know I'm ignorant, but please let me know. Okay. Okay. So Kotokoli, you've done Hausa, you've done Kotokoli. Okay, keep
Yeah.
going. Keep going. Keep going.
J'ai faim.
Oh.
Which is I'm hungry in French.
I know that one.
I'm not really hungry, but I don't know why I just keep going to hungry.
Okay.
Because when I spoke Kotokoli, I said I was hungry.
Ah, okay.
My mind is fixated on something. So I think any other language I speak, I'll be saying I'm hungry.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
you don't have to worry about the translation anyway.
Ah, okay, yeah. Actually, it's a good one there. Keep it the same. So you've done French now,
Yeah.
and what else can you do for us?
Come to me.
Okay, 4.
I think that's it.
Okay, that's not bad. That is not bad. 4.
Schlaf gut. Schlaf gut is sleep well in German.
Oh, slap good.
Yeah.
Like slap
Schlaf
good.
gut. No, schlaf.
Slap. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll remember with slap good. So yeah. What's that thing that sounds
I think
like
now I
slap
can
good or
create an
something?
illusion that I speak a lot of languages because I'll just give you short phrases from the languages I know some phrases from. And then we'll end up with like 10 languages.
Yeah,
And
I do
then
that all
people
the
go
time.
after the interview like, yo, Razahk speaks 10 languages.
Yeah.
But
I
I speak
used to
just
say
yeah.
I used to say I can speak 13 languages, but I can't really. I can say like one word in
13.
all 13. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The same
So
trick. I think it's a good one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone says yes. That means they probably know what Kotokoli is. Okay. Well,
Yes.
good, interesting. All right. So your challenge is not over yet. You have one more challenge. One more challenge.
No, you asked me to choose one, right?
Oh, please.
Okay. I hope it's not a hard one.
Okay. You really can't sing.
No, I really can't sing. Like I'm not a performer. That's the thing. Like I do all this music, but then I don't perform. And I guess that's an interesting thing about me. Hey, I don't really perform. So I'm actually going to be releasing an album in a week.
Okay. And it's just is
And
you rapped on it or you sang and rap on that one
I
album?
think I did both.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. In a week's time. So guys, keep your eyes on Zaki's social media platform and make sure you patronize that project. So Spotify, right?
All platforms.
All platforms. Hey, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So animator, musician, comedian, languagist, all of that. All right. So it's time for I couldn't challenge you enough. Anyway, next time. It's time for your question.
I'm very good at evading some issues, so I'm glad this went well. Yeah.
It's time for your questions now. So I have 2 questions in the question box on Instagram. Exactly. And I guess YouTube, you guys are coming, right? Okay, I'll expect some questions from YouTube. So on Instagram, we have 2 questions. Oh, okay. Can we listen to one of the songs?
Whoa.
Razahk, maybe you can help us. You can find one for
That
us
will be all right.
later.
Let's move on to yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
make sure you listen to something before we end.
okay. So Helena, if you stay on, Razak is gonna play a little bit of his song, and then you can hear it. So just stay on till like towards the end. Yeah. And then a question from Pauline. She says, "Did you start learning French?" Yeah, good question. I was gonna ask that as well.
Yeah, I started learning since I got to France. I've just been learning very slowly. So I've just been getting by with English, but then picking up the French, a little. And I think I haven't done a really good job at picking it up, but I'm trying.
Okay. So it's been
Yeah,
like you've been in France for 3 years now,
two
right?
years,
2 years.
two,
Two.
yeah,
2 years, 2 years, 2 years. Okay.
like 2.5.
2.5. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, yeah. Because I know French people are very, very, what's the word? They don't like it when you can't speak French.
Yeah, yeah. I've also come up with my ways of getting around that, so
Okay. So
I'm
you
doing
can
just
generally
fine.
get
But in my
around.
defense, my course was in English, and like all my friends, I was surrounded by English, so there was nothing that really pushed me to learn French, except hey, if do you want to learn, put some effort into it. I guess I didn't put too much effort, but
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I'm trying now actually.
Okay. Good. All right. Fantastic. We have another question here. Da, 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 da. This question here, I'm not quite sure. Um, hmm. Someone says, is the character Aluta going to be seen with family or friends? I don't know what that's
Uh,
supposed to mean. Let's. Okay.
See, I don't know. Is it about the storyline? Because
I'm
yeah,
not sure. I'm not sure. And maybe you can clarify, Christine, you can clarify yourself in the question box if possible. So I think she'll come back to us. Okay, we have a few questions here. Someone says, what does the TLK stand for? Okay, that's a good question.
it
So,
stands for the Lion King.
the Lion King. Okay, so just
Yeah.
to put a bit of context in here, Zaki's social media handle is Zaki underscore TLK. So Zaki the Lion King. So yeah, so explain more about the Lion King. Is it your favorite movie, or why are you the
No,
Lion
actually, it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just so my name is Razak. People call me Zach as a short version, and then with time it turned into Zaki. I don't know how, but then some people started calling me Lion, and Zaki in Hausa is Lion. So
Oh, okay.
that just
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
don't know. These things just find their way to be attached to you, and you don't even know how they came up.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Zaki is Hausa, Lion in Hausa.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I learned something as well. Another language. Now I can add. I can be 14 languages. I know 14 languages. Not really. Someone says, Zakia says, don't forget that about one of your best talents being basketball. So, yeah, apparently you're good with
Oh yeah,
basketball. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I played basketball from primary to senior high school,
Oh,
and I played for the teams like throughout in the school teams.
okay, interesting.
But I play it, in my free time now. But I didn't go pro.
Okay, how would you say you're very, 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 very good?
Maybe now not as good as I was before, but I was good.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you have to make sure you add that to your talent list. Yeah,
All right.
I'm writing it down as well. I have my book here. Okay. And then Zakia again says, "Why did you stop playing basketball?"
Um, I mean, my entering into university was a bit shaky because I wasn't sure I wanted to do these things. I didn't know I wanted to do this course, and during the waiting time, it was 3 years. So during that time, you have to figure a lot of things out, and basketball is just I don't know, going pro and playing it seriously means some form of dedication as well. So for me, at that point, it started, going into things I do in my free time. because priorities were changing.
Okay. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I think, yeah, being very busy and applying for all of these opportunities as well is going to,
Yeah,
um, yeah, take a toll on you. And obviously, you're growing as well. So you have priorities changing, right? All
yeah.
right. Okay. So, there are no questions here, no questions here on YouTube. So, at this point in time, do you have your music ready? By any chance? If not, it's fine.
Yeah,
Um,
you have to give me a second
oh, okay.
to grab like a speaker or something.
Okay.
I mean, so I'll have to
Um,
play through the mic. Yeah, so
okay.
I mean, I could.
Yeah,
Do we have more
you can do that.
questions? We can
Yeah.
answer. Yeah,
One more question and then you can do that because I'm
yeah,
gonna play
no
something on
problem.
YouTube for the YouTube guys.
Okay, so I'll be. Yeah, all right.
Okay. So one final question from the audience. I think it's gonna be the final question. She says, "Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years time?" Yes.
Uh, I would be directing and producing my films because I'm writing a lot of things now, and a lot of work is going into them. And I hope that in the very, very near future, I would start being able to put them out into the world. But for now, I'm still, setting the foundations right. But in 5, 10 years, I hope a lot of my projects would be, you know, flourishing.
Okay. That we really wish you the best in that. We're looking forward to seeing Zaki on the international stage, working with Disney, Pixar, Marvel, all of those ones. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that. And then
Yes.
while you get your video ready, your song ready, I'm going to be playing a video um, of Aluta from Aluta. So while you're doing
Okay.
that, I'll turn your video off so you can go to you can leave and then do what you have to
All
do.
right.
So we'll give you
Cool.
a minute. You
All
can turn
right.
your video off here as well.
Yeah. Let me.
Turn your video off here as well,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and
How
then
do
on
I do
Instagram as
that?
well, and then come back.
All right.
Okay. So guys, if you're joining us, we have Razahk Issaka, who is the creator of Aluta da Great, and he's been talking to us about his career and where he sees himself in the next. Well, that was the last question. In the next 5 to 10 years, so he's coming back again. So stick on while he goes and comes back. And in the meantime, I'm going to be playing something for our audience on YouTube and on Instagram as well. So, guys, stay here. Stay right here. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Well, 1 second, Instagram. Get you out. And I'll share my, yeah. 1 second as well. Oh, all right. Interesting news. My laptop has crashed, so I can't do much at the moment. Oh no, my laptop has crashed. Okay. Oh. Oh. How do we fix this? You're back.
I'm back.
Okay.
Did the video work?
My My laptop is frozen. So I don't know. It didn't work, but I will try and get it to work as you're playing your music. I I. Okay, it's fine. So you can do what you. Yeah, please show us your music, and I will try and sort this out while you're doing
All
that.
right. So, well, I'm just gonna play parts of. I think the first is gonna be the first song on the album, and
Okay.
so I'll just play parts of that one. And yeah, I mean, excuse the sound, but I can play directly into the computer, so I'll put the speaker close to the mic, and hopefully we get good sound.
Okay.
All right. Is it too loud?
Perfect for me.
There's a voice in my head trying to block all my shots. There's a voice in my head telling me I cannot. There's a voice in my head trying to fool me to stop. There's a voice in my head blurring up my focus non-stop. Does it ever feel like it's so hard to stay on track? And whenever.
Okay, sorry about that.
Does it ever feel like it's so hard to stay on track? And whenever you try to grow, there's a voice that holds you back. Keeps distracting you, attacking you, fighting you, and trying to deter you. All I'm trying to tell you is your enemy number one. Did they hide deep in your mind? So be careful. It gon' make you go stress. Oh, your enemy number one. If they lie, if they try to play you like Nintendo, it gon' make you go depressed. Oh, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one, number one. Nothing there for this world where they go fit tell you, where it go fit hold you back. More than the tension in the voice they whisper. Nothing there for this world where they go fit tell you, go fit slow you, go fit hold you back. Than the tension in the voice they whisper. You cannot see that even though nothing is guaranteed, there is nothing that you cannot be, cause you can be your biggest enemy. You cannot see that even though nothing is guaranteed, there is nothing that you cannot be, cause you can be your biggest enemy. Number one, if they hide deep in your mind, so be careful. It gon' make you go stress. Oh, your enemy number one. If they lie, if they try to play you like Nintendo, it gon' make you go depressed. Oh, number one, 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 number one.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
so I think I let it
amazing.
play way too.
Wow, that's
Okay.
really, really good. And you actually produced the music as well.
Yes, I did everything myself.
Guys, are you guys seeing this? Are you hearing this? Are you hearing this? He produced the music, he does animation, he's a rapper, he plays basketball. Mm.
Wow.
When they say jack of all trades, this is what they mean. Zaki of all trades. Yeah. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And your album, what's the name of the album?
It's called Last Light.
Last Light.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in terms of music, is it called EP? No, no, just an album.
It's going to be 10 songs, so it's going to be an actual album.
10 songs.
Yeah.
So everything that you've been doing, you've been managing to actually write and produce 10 songs apart from the work you've been doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, to talk about it into a little more detail, I think I've been working on this for the past 7 years. So it's just, I think the summary of the album is a documentation of some conversations I've had with myself. And I feel like there's a lot of things that a lot of people are going through that I've managed to capture because I went through them. And so, it's not going to be for everyone, but it's going to be for a lot of people. So I decided to share that.
Wow. Wow. That's very interesting. Conversations with yourself. So this album is going to be interesting. I'm going to make sure that I sign up and get myself notified when it comes out so I can actually listen to this because it's going to be interesting. 7 years. Wow. Wow. You should this comment here. Sakia, I don't know if I should read this comment or not. She says, "Do you have a hot brother?" Is that your? I don't even. Okay, maybe. Are you guys related? Is Sakia?
Yes, that's my sister.
That's your sister. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
The
can't
sister you're
see the
talking about.
comments. No, this is my younger sister.
Oh, okay, yeah, the young ones. Yeah, we like to play the fool. I'm the younger sister,
Yeah.
and I like
She's
to play
having
around.
fun.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, so we've had a lot of fun. I've learned so much. I have so many more questions to ask, but I'm gonna save it, and then we'll play one quick Aluta video. Oh God, please don't let my laptop freeze again. And then I'll try and share with the Instagram people. I'll try and take my phone out, but in the meantime, let me share my screen. Oh God, okay. Do not freeze again. Do not freeze again. Do not freeze again. Okay, let's get this on. I like this one, so I'm gonna play it.
Actually, I tried singing before, but it don't really work out like that. So I'm here to scatter the dance floor.
Let's pause. So hopefully you can guess which video I'm going to be playing from. Oh my God. Okay, got it out. So I'm gonna turn my video this way and we can get the screen. All right, so IG guys, you guys can see and you can hear hopefully.
My name is Shatta Wali.
Shatta, 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 shatta. Freedom.
Do that your break dance.
Break.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll break inside the next song.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
You are under arrest for unauthorized use of public space.
Oh, slow.
That was funny. So let me stop. That's only a few of Aluta's videos.
I think Shopify has
no,
definitely
it's not
helped
showing
us
here.
in many.
There we go. Back here. Stop. Okay. So that's just one of Aluta's videos. I think there's about 15 videos. And so this is one of them. Actually, before I put this back in, you have worked on the project that has been award winning. So Zaki was in Paris and he worked on a project for schoolwork, right? The soloist.
Yeah.
And I think it actually won an award, right?
Yes. So to be honest, we won a couple of awards and we've been getting some recognition for the work. And it's very refreshing to see because a lot of work went to it. And while we were working on it, we went through a lot of ups and downs, and it was very frustrating at some point. So at some point, you just kind of finish the project, and you've been on it for a while, so it's nice that it's out now and people find it good.
Okay, so I'm gonna play that the trailer to that video as well. So this
Yeah.
is your school project, and it's won some
Yeah.
awards as well. I think it won one recently. Was it this week or last week?
Yeah.
Okay, which one did it win?
Canal Plus. Canal Plus, Kids. So it's it's, let's just say, a film festival, but with Canal Plus.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so that was an award that you won, and there's many more. And someone just joined, and he said, "Is this the guy behind Aluta project?" Yes, it is. Osa Creativity. It is Zaki of Aluta da Great, and we're going to be watching the school projects that won awards, not just one, some awards. So I'm going to share my screen again. So I will share it with you guys on Instagram as well. Okay, here we go. It's only 39 seconds. Let's get this here.
Attention. The new laws for today are as follows. Singing is forbidden for women. Bicycles are forbidden. Picnics forbidden. Dancing forbidden. And owning a dog is forbidden.
Okay. So guys, that was a project with Aluta and his friends, and that was a school project that was part of the school that he went to. Is it Gobelins?
Yeah. So we say Gobelin.
Okay. So it's an art school, right?
Yeah.
Stop sharing.
So,
yeah. Okay. So an art school in France. Okay.
yes.
And I can tell, I watched this again last night. I've watched it a few times. I watched it again last night. And your voice is the voice of the radio announcer, right?
Yes, it is.
The one that says forbidden.
And it's also for one of the old ladies.
Oh, okay. Which one?
When they're singing, the fat one.
The fat one. Okay.
Yeah. The very big one.
The very big one. Okay, guys. So go and check it out. I'll try and find the link to it, but it's called The Soloist. Let me type it. The Soloist, and it's an animation. So The Soloist, I'm typing it here on YouTube for you guys, and then here on Instagram, it is called The Soloist. And yeah, this is a project that was worked on with for a team project. All right, so I think we might have one more question, and then okay, good question. She says, how long does it take for you to work? Pauline says, how long does it take for you to create an animation from A to Z?
So I think this is some of the fights I'm having with my Aluta fans. Like sometimes I post a picture of myself on Instagram and they're like, yeah, nice, but where's Aluta? And I really appreciate that because I know it's a project that people enjoy, but then it takes a lot of time to make animation. Animation requires a lot. You go through a lot of stages, and especially if you're not working in a team, it might take a very long time. For example, I worked on the Aluta the boxer. I worked on that for about 3 months, and alone non-stop, trying to do everything from A to Z. So it's easy for someone to be like, hey, where's the next episode? And then that's going to take me like 4 months or 3 months to do. Now I'm a bit faster because I've learned a lot more, and I've kind of learned a bit more how to put more quality into my work. But then it still takes time, and because you don't get like direct revenue from that, it's very difficult to concentrate on that when you have like freelance jobs to do on the side, and you kind of have to put your priority there. So it's difficult to make time to complete the projects, but the next episode will come soon.
Okay. So he just released his music, guys. So just give him time. Let him enjoy the fruits of his labor. And we're all waiting for Aluta. I think we're all here for Aluta. So just give him some time.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, support all his work, okay? Because I'm sure that you'll be seeing more. So my last more questions. Thank you. Your sister says we are so proud of you, and rightly so. I mean, as a Ghanaian, I'm so proud. So and I can't believe you did it yourself. You studied all of that yourself. So big ups.
Thank you.
Someone says Seabrat Studio says, can you suggest places I can get scholarship opportunities to study animation like you did?
The scholarship that I got in my school, it's still active, and so you can look into Gobelin L'École de l'Image is the name of the school. You can look into how to apply and the requirements for getting into the school. But then with other scholarships, I don't know of any, to be honest. I just got lucky with this, and luckily it's not ended. It's something that's still going on. Netflix is really doing an amazing job, and you can look into that. But with respect to other ones, I'm not very sure about, and I can't speak to any of them.
I'm on mute on YouTube. Okay, back here. There we go. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
All right, cool.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's okay.
Yes. So my final question. There could be loads more questions, but let's just end it here. My final question for you will be. No, I have two questions. I'm lying. A question from Christine actually was, what is your greatest achievement in life? So we'll take that one first.
Whoa. Greatest achievements. Wow. I would say something, a bit vague, but then I would say that it's learning myself to a certain extent. I've gotten the chance to really discover myself in a lot of ways, and I think that's kind of the biggest, because all the experiences I'm having and all the places I've been have just kind of helped me see myself from different lights till now. And so now it's just I think I've achieved a point of knowing myself. Like, I'm not perfect, but then I know myself to a point where I appreciate the experiences I've had until now. So that would be the biggest. But I mean, I'm always trying to create, and sometimes with the smallest projects I do, even if it's just a beat I made, there's a lot of fulfillment in all of those things. So the achievements would always be coming, but within myself, I think, is the biggest.
Okay, so guys, you heard it for yourself. It's within himself. So his growth, his personal growth, and his confidence, and all of those internal things are among his greatest achievements, not the things that you see. So that's interesting to hear. And someone says, Seabright says, what happens to the tutorial you're going to make? Once again, he's been at school, so I'm answering this one for you. He's been at school.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I can have a good defense for this, and it will be understandable. I am actually teaching right now, and I'm teaching 3D animation on an online school, and I plan to do my tutorial series before that, and so I had to put that on hold. But then it's a good thing, because I'm learning how to actually teach the course, and so when I'm done with the course, I know how to structure my tutorial series to be able to give out the best information. So it's not been put to the side. It's just, a little close to the side, but it's closer to me. I'll be on that immediately I have the time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And thank you for answering that. And hopefully you'll be looking forward to it. So that's interesting. Right. Okay. My final question, no more questions, is what advice will you give to to anyone regarding how to kind of make their own, to find their place in life and to really pursue what they are interested in?
Uh, I think the first and most important thing is trusting yourself and not being afraid to put yourself out there, because that can be very crippling. It's you have to start somewhere. No, nobody you see was there from the beginning. They started somewhere. So wherever you decided to get into something, that is your starting point. So start there and don't be afraid to just keep going from there and keep learning. There's no your brain doesn't have a full capacity where it's like I've learned too much, I can't learn anything anymore. So there's a reason I learn random things, because I know I can learn it. So I'll just say learn as much as you can and start from where you are. It doesn't matter how small. There would always be something more you can add. But if you don't start, then you can't add anything to, because you haven't even started. So start somewhere. There's always someone who can hold your hand somewhere. There's always someone who can put you in a certain direction. But it's when you're ready to start. So
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you're taking that on board. Start from somewhere, believe in yourself, trust yourself first, and don't have a growth mindset. I think that's the main point. Don't have a mindset that's fixed on, one thing. Have a mindset that says, I want to do as much as possible. I want to grow as much as possible. So, and then eventually you get to where you want to get to. It might be tough, but you just have to go through the process. Nothing is ever easy. And question as well. Regarding the online course, I think some people want to find out where it's happening and how they can register. Is it open to anyone, or is it just for the people on your course that you're
okay,
for?
so I'm doing two things. The first thing is to do a basic introduction to 3D and the full pipeline of 3D, and that would be more introductory for you to get comfortable with the tools. But then I'll do a different course which will be more like intense, and so details about that would come out when I'm ready for that. But then for this time, it's going to be on YouTube for free, and it's just going to be a way to make sure you know what you're doing and you can create what you want to create. But then I'll do an advanced one later.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
guys, just he will let you know on his social media when it's ready to come out, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So follow him on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Right. Okay. So that, I think that's it's been a very interesting conversation. I don't want to keep you for too long. It's very late in Paris right now, so we'll let you have your rest. Even though you didn't do the challenge I wanted you to do, but it's fine. At least you played your
Maybe
music.
another time.
Another time
Yeah.
you played your music,
Yeah.
so that's it. It makes up for it, so it's fine. But yeah, it's
All
been
right.
so good having you here, Zaki, the Lion King, and I wish you all the best in all you are doing and all you want to do. And as I said before, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Disney Pixar. I don't know if that's one of your ambitions, but Disney Pixar, or I mean, the biggest platforms out there, the biggest animation
Yeah.
projects, yeah, just representing Africa and Ghana. So
Yeah.
hopefully, now that you've got the exposure, you come back to Ghana and show how to do things to the international standard. And I hope that's, yeah, you guys are also open to that as well and make it happen. So before we leave this live, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to or say thank you to? Yeah, for your.
My first of all, my family, my parents and my siblings. They're the first people to see what I do, and so confidence in putting it out to the world comes from there. And then my close friends and everyone who knows me well enough to know some of my problems and helping me through some of them. I really appreciate everyone. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, and for I guess for both of us, we would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who joined our live today. Thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for
Thanks, you
sparing
guys.
exactly for sparing your time and for your questions and being wanting to know more. And if it's the first time here on No Ordinary Life, we try to have interviews as many times, about twice a month. So we have another one next week, actually, next week, Tuesday. So we're going to be interviewing an author. So do join that one as well if you're able to. And yeah, thank you, Razak, so much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me too.
You're welcome. And we have something for you, but I will message you later on so we can arrange for that.
Okay.
All
right.
Well, a thank you gift. You will receive yours later. So thank you for joining us. And thank you guys for sticking on both on YouTube and on Instagram. And yeah. So it's a bye for now on Instagram and on YouTube.
All right.
So bye, guys.
Thank you guys for being here.
And
Bye.
bye. Let me end here. End. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream.
All right. So